It's the Kim Monson Show, analyzing the most important stories.
That seems to me like government is establishing a religion.
The latest in politics and world affairs.
If you give people rights, women's rights, gay rights, whatever, there can't be equal rights if there are special rights.
Today's current opinions and ideas.
Surveys show that people still really prefer freedom over government force.
Is it freedom or is it force? Let's have a conversation.
Indeed, let's have a conversation, and welcome to the Kim Monson Show. Thank you so much for joining us. You're each treasured, you're valued, you have purpose. Today, strive for excellence. Take care of your heart, your soul, your mind, and your body. My friends, we were made for this moment. And thank you to the team. That's producer Joe, Luke, Rachel, Nicole, Zach, Echo, Charlie, all the people here at Crawford Broadcasting. Happy New Year, producer Joe.
Happy New Year, Kim.
2024. And I would say fasten our seatbelts. I think it's going to be quite a year.
It's scary. It's like a looming cloud, but we don't know if it's going to rain, I think.
And welcome back to the Kim Monson Show. Be sure and check out our website. That is Kim Monson, MONSON.com. Sign up for our weekly email newsletter. You can email me at kim@kimmonson.com as well. Thank you to all of you who support us. We're an independent voice, and we search for truth and clarity by looking at these issues through the lens of freedom versus force, force versus freedom. If something's a good idea, you should not have to force people to do it. And wanted to mention the Center for American Values, which is located in Pueblo, Colorado. Pueblo is known as the home of heroes. There are 4 Medal of Honor recipients that grew up in Pueblo. Can you believe that? And Drew Dix, who is one of those Medal of Honor recipients, is one of the co-founders of the Center for American Values. And he and Brad Padula, Brad is a Emmy Award-winning documentary filmmaker. They realized that we need to remember our heritage. We need to focus on these foundational principles of honor, integrity, and patriotism. So hence, the Center for American Values was born. You can get more information by going to AmericanValueCenter.org. That's AmericanValueCenter.org. And I've got in studio with me, and I'm going to have her put her headphones on here. I haven't had her in a while, and it's great to have her. And that is Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman. Pastor Christine, let's get you set up here. It is great to have you. Welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, and gosh, it's been a while. It's been several years since I've seen you. So
maybe 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, let's set this up a little bit. You grew up in Rwanda.
Yes, that's correct.
And you survived the Rwandan genocide.
That's correct.
So tell us a little bit about that, Pastor Christine.
Yes, in 1994, the RPF, Kagame, who is the president, he is a dictator, but back then we did not know. So he was fighting, saying, oh, we are bringing democracy in Rwanda. But it was all a lie. And he chose to take power by bringing down the plane which had our Rwanda president. And after that, there were killings for 3 months in which almost 1 million people was killed. And I know the world believed that it was just Hutu killing Tutsi. That's partially true because Kagame is the one who instilled the killing, so through that he can take the power. But it was really bad. My sister was killed 6 hours after I left her house.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm just going to set this up. So, is it Kagame, and he's still the dictator?
Yes.
And he took over in 1994.
Yes.
Under the guise of democracy.
Yes.
Aha.
And he was supported by Americans. You know, the American government put him in power. You know, believing this is our guy, he's going to bring democracy. But it was all deceit.
And the other thing that I think that you hear is he created division.
Yes.
And boy, we see that happening in America today, Pastor Christine.
I think we see that, you know, it's the same, or the devil divided to reign.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, this division that we are seeing trying to pit, and, you know, the other thing is putting people into groups and then putting these groups so that they fight each other. So it was the Tutsis, so in a way a group and another group, and so they ended up creating that genocide. Right?
So Rwanda has a 3 tribe. The Hutu were a little bit over 90%, the Tutsi 8%, and then we have indigenous group, which is about 2%. And so Kagame, he is from the royal family, which was defeated when we had the revolution in 1959. He grew up outside, so he exiled with a group of some Tutsi, especially from the royal family. But after that, the Tutsi in Rwanda, the Hutu in Rwanda, we start getting along, people start living, in unity. So for the next, I would say, almost 30 years, we lived together side by side. Hutu and the Tutsi, they lived side by side. But then he took the opportunity to use, ethnicity to incite division, and he created it that it's chaotic, and in the middle of chaos, let me take power. And he tried to fix this mess I brought, but when he came in power, it became more messier, and it's been 30 years.
So he probably lives a pretty nice life, though, right?
I'm very sure.
Yeah.
His groups, like the people, his entourage, is people like Bill Gates, all these rich people. He have the most expensive, at least 4 the most expensive private jets. And so there is that group of elites.
What about climate change?
Oh, my. He's big on it.
Oh, is he?
It's all about money.
Yeah, that's what I've learned.
Yes.
The Green and the Green New Deal is about the money that goes in these people's pockets.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there are people who support this innocently because they think it's the right thing to do. There are many people who don't know what it's all about.
Yeah, that's why I'll make a plug for A Climate Conversation, which is the documentary that I'm involved in. And you can find that at climateconversation.com, and you can watch it for free, so I would highly recommend that you check that out. So how about the people... Well, let's back up, because you and I have done several different interviews. So your sister and her husband, didn't she have a baby?
Yeah, they had a baby who was 4 months.
Okay, and they were all killed, right?
Yes. The husband, the baby, my sister, the maid. They had 2, one maid and one cook. And the cook survived because when the Kagame people came and knocked, with the list of who to kill, they made a list before. But when they knocked at my sister, the cook jumped in the bathroom because he knew those people. He used to be a soldier for Kagame, and he defected. So when he came, he knew how they kill. He knew they had no mercy. Jumps in the toilet, hide there. They didn't go there. And he survived. So after the genocide, 2 years later, he's the one who survived and told me how my family was killed.
Okay. Now, you said you had left 6 hours earlier, and you got...
and I did not know the genocide was going to start. Nobody knew. But Kagame and his people knew. It's Wednesday, noon time. That's when I was planning to leave the area, and the plane was shut down around maybe 9 p.m. Inside this plane, there were 2 presidents, the president of Burundi, the president of Rwanda, and they got all killed.
Okay, and so that's what started it.
Yes.
Now, you left, didn't you go to the countryside or something?
I went to the countryside, that's right, because that's where we have our vacation home, and I have my other siblings there. So I went there, I would say random, but I know it was God. So I wanted to see my other siblings, and it was not planned. I was supposed to be at my sister for a week, but all of a sudden, one afternoon, I said, no, I want to leave. I want to go see freedom and I'll be back area. And my sister didn't want me to leave, but God had made a plan that I survive, and so that one day I can fight for the freedom of Rwanda, which is what I am doing.
Okay, then we're going to get to that here in just a moment. So what happened after that, Pastor Christine? You survived, the genocide is happening. So what happened with you then?
Then we hoped that maybe people are going to fight. We would use the truth. We have a good army back then. They're going to fight. But because Kagame had worked all over the world with, just telling lies, the whole world was supporting him. And they came and they helped him to get to the power. So I fled to the Congo DRC, and I lived there for almost 2 years. Okay,
how did you get to America?
And so when I was in the DRC refugee camp, I was working, there came so many non-profit organizations, UN, and I was working with one of the NGOs. And I met Greg, who is my American father. He lived in Washington State, and I became his assistant. So after 3 months, he left to come back to U.S., and he asked me, what can I do to help you? I say, if you don't mind, I lost my parents way before the war. I had become an orphan. I say, I wish someone can help me go back to university. Because during the genocide, I was at the Rwanda University. Then after I came back, he decides to bring me and his family to US, and they put me in school, and they took care of all my school fees, and that's how I came to USA.
Okay. And you're an American, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
That's true.
By choice?
But I went through the process of waiting, a green card, and you take the exam. So after a couple of years, I got my citizenship.
Okay. What a great novel idea to come in legally. So next question then. You said that Kagame, is that how you say it, Kagame?
Kagame, yeah.
Kagame, that the world was supporting him in 1994.
Yes.
Bill Clinton was president. But I don't want to just, I'm sure,
yes.
We've seen wild things happen under Republican and Democrats. But why do you think that they were supporting him?
Yeah, so Rwanda is a Central Africa. Back then in 1994, they really did not have, like a base, an American base in the Sahel region. In the region, in the Central Africa region. And probably they wanted to have access to DRC Congo because right now it's one of the countries that has the most minerals, especially the coltan that the world needs. So America did not have access to that world. So they wanted to put their guy there because Habyarimana, I think he was together with China, Russia. And so they wanted somebody. So Kagame happens to be a dictator who helped Uganda President Museveni to gain power. Museveni is another dictator. Mm-hmm. And during that time when he was working with Kagame, he came to train to USA in intelligence. I think they say he's one of the CIA member, Kagame. Mm-hmm. And so during the time of training, that's when RPF, his army, attacked Rwanda, and the leader of the army died mysteriously within 1 day, and some people say it was Kagame who killed him so that he can be the leader. So he had to leave USA after not even finishing the school. He went back to Uganda, and he became the new leader, and he is an American people. They supported him, thinking, okay, this guy he has been here in USA. He has seen what it is like to have a freedom, democracy. Maybe he could be our guy there. And they helped him.
I got it. Okay. And you said Uganda, but you meant Rwanda, right?
No, Uganda. Uganda is a country next to Rwanda, and it's led by a dictator. He's been in power over 30 years, Museveni. And that's Kagame used to be a Ugandan helping Museveni.
Okay, got it.
He was in the rebel group that helped Museveni get to power. And after Museveni got power, he made him like one of the citizens, leading the intelligence of Uganda.
Okay, I've got a lot more questions, and we're going to talk about what you're doing as well, Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman. Super interesting. You are a woman of great courage, of great faith as well. And before we do that, though, I did want to mention Jansen Photography. They are located in Lakewood, Colorado. Beautiful, beautiful property. And my friends, life changes, kids grow up. So to get that family portrait or portrait of children, it's just such a treasure. And so reach out to jansenphotography.com and just take a look at their website. It is absolutely gorgeous. But again, that is jansenphotography.com. And another sponsor of the show is Lauren Levy.
If you are 62 or older, a reverse mortgage could be a great tool regarding retirement and estate planning. It is essential to understand the process. Lauren Levy with Polygon Financial Group has nearly 20 years in the mortgage industry and has the experience to answer your questions. Lauren understands that each financial transaction is personal. If you'd like to explore your options on a reverse mortgage, remodel your home, buy a rental property, or move, call Lauren Levy at 303-880-8881. Licensed in 49 states, Kim Monson highly recommends Lauren Levy for all your mortgage needs. Call Lauren at 303-880-8881.
All of Kim's sponsors are an inclusive partnership with Kim and are not affiliated with or in partnership with KLZ or Crawford Broadcasting. If you would like to support the work of the Kim Monson Show and grow your business, contact Kim at her website, kimmonson.com. That's Kim Monson, MONSON.com.
And welcome back to the Kim Monson Show. Be sure and check out our website. That is Kim Monson, MONSON.com. Sign up for our weekly email newsletter, and you can email me at kim@kimmonson.com as well. And thank you to the Harris family for their gold sponsorship of the show. And thank you to the National Shooting Sports Foundation for their gold sponsorship of the show as well. And excited to welcome Protect the Harvest as a new silver sponsor of the show. That's pretty darn exciting. And a couple of other things I wanted to mention is the Center for American Values located in Pueblo, Colorado. I would really recommend sometime during 2024, take the family, go down to the Center for American Values so that you can see their Portraits of Valor, which is over 160 portraits of Medal of Honor recipients with quotes by each of them. It is so inspiring, and we need some inspiration here as we're moving through 2024. You can get more information by going to AmericanValueCenter.org. That is AmericanValueCenter.org. In studio with me is Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman, and she survived the Rwandan genocide. And Pastor Christine, just kind of set this up. Where is Rwanda in Africa exactly? I've got the map here, but where is that exactly?
Rwanda is more Central East Africa. So I call it like the heart of Africa. It's a very small country. The Colorado State is about 84 times Rwanda. Is bigger, 84 times. And it's a country that is landlocked. We do not have an ocean. But it's a country that is having pretty much warfare. Many people are being killed. It's very, we don't understand what's happening to Rwanda. I think as a Christian, I know, but the world, it's very hard to understand the warfare over the small country. Why?
Mm-hmm. And as I'm looking at it, so it's bordered by Tanzania, Uganda,
yes,
and the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yes.
And an important point, again, in our film, A Climate Conversation, which was Walt Johnson's project. He did a great job with this. What we've learned is that there are children in the Congo that are being used, basically slave labor, to mine the minerals that are being used in batteries, like EV batteries. And so, Pastor Christine, as we see this whole thing trying to divide us in America regarding slavery, which we no longer have slavery here in America, and people are kind of focused on the past. If people were really seriously concerned about slavery, there's something happening in this world today that we should do something about. Don't you agree?
Yes, I think even slavery is still going on. There are times that we see the West is trying to enslave Africa in a different way. What you talked about, children. I used to live in Congo. Even as we talk right now, there is a big war going on between Rwanda and Congo. So what happened is that because of the mineral, Kagame became one of the richest presidents in Africa. He is among probably the top 7 rich president. Wow. And how that happened? Because of the Congo mineral. So as we talk right now, Rwanda has attacked Congo. The war has been going on for 2 years. And Kagame is in the army. He uses the children as well.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, yes. Next question. The people of Rwanda, first of all, if you're at war all the time, it's difficult to build businesses and raise crops. How are the people of Rwanda doing?
Okay, so Kagame has built Kigali. There is this one place where he builds it like the city and make it look like a little part to deceive the world. Come look at the development. And so when you go there, you can see high-rise building like you see in the West. However, in Kigali, there are houses of tortures where there are people who have been living there for 10 years. They are being, tortured. People are being killed everywhere. And when you go outside Kigali in the rural area, people are very poor. So right now, to answer your questions, the common people, the people in Rwanda, they are enslaved. They are living very poor. People live on less than $1 per day in Rwanda. And so people are dying of hunger. People are always begging us who are in the West, please come help me. So Rwanda is, I can't say it's poor. I can't say it's even very poor. There are no words to describe the horror and the hunger the common people are going through.
So Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman, you're going to do something about it.
Oh, yes.
Tell us.
Yes. So, I have been fighting for freedom for many years. But what I did not know is that the people are watching and they see the potential in you. And so there are many freedom of fighters in Canada, in Belgium, in Europe, in the USA. And some of those people, they united together and they say, okay, this is the problem that we have in Rwanda. Our problem is that we used to have independence, freedom. We had the revolution. But when Kagame came in power, he puts away all of that and he took away the freedom of Rwandans and he installed back the monarchy. And so these freedom fighters from a different continent, they got together with me and we founded MRD, which is the Movement for the Republic and Democracy in Rwanda. And very soon we are in the process to move this regime. How? We have a faith, we have the brain that thinks, we pray, and we have the many power. And so right now, I can say the process is going on, and we are going to remove the dictatorship inside Rwanda.
This takes a lot of courage.
Yes, it does, but God is looking for people who are willing. So we should not be discouraged by what we see, but just day by day doing the right thing and just helping the truth to win. And I can tell you right now, I am sure 85% that dictatorship is ending in Rwanda through our movement. We are made of people who are willing. We are made of people who are very smart, and we are getting support. And we are just going everywhere in every nation, telling them the problem that we are facing. And everywhere we go, they say, no, we know, we want to help you. So that's why I'm here to encourage people and to make our movement known that dictatorship is not going to have its way in Rwanda. It's not going to have its way anywhere if people rise up and fight and don't give up.
So you're the president of this movement.
Yes, I am the president of this movement, and I tell you, day and night we are working. We are reflecting. God is speaking to us, and He's telling us it's possible. Now, let me say there are other movements that are also rising up, but what we are doing, we are uniting everybody. Do you believe in democracy? And whoever say yes, we are trying to unite them. And it also, we ask people again, do you believe in the republic? Do you believe that the power should be given to we the people? We had the revolution in 1559, and then we got independence in 62. And for many years, we were a free country, And so people are coming saying, we are Democrats, we are Republicans, we are going to unite, and we're going to remove dictatorship.
Well, this is pretty amazing. What about the UN? Do you think that they'll be supportive of your movement?
We do believe that we are able to show our mission. Once we are able to show who we are and we show our action, we do believe that they are going to be supportive, because UN is already, they know the problem that's happening in Rwanda, because ever since Kagame came in power, the region is in a turmoil. There has been 10 million people killed in the Congo. This is the report coming from the UN mapping report, and they point the finger at Kagame. So I do believe they're going to support us.
Okay. And so is there a website? Can people get more information? Or I imagine, tell me about that.
Yes. Yeah. So the movement has been founded about 3 months ago. We are pretty new, but there is a Twitter account, there is an email where people can reach out to us. I'll give that to you. But if I do remember very well, people can follow me, Christine Coleman, Reverend Christine Coleman, on Twitter, and our Twitter handle is Repubulika Yacu, which is Kinyarwanda World.
I'm going to have you write it down for me, Pastor Christine, so that
yes.
So you're pretty active then on Twitter, then, huh?
Yes. Okay. We are very active. Some of my views are getting really higher in thousands of views.
Okay.
And followers, so I'm going to give you that information.
Okay, that will be just great. I'm talking with Pastor Christine Coleman, Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman, and this is pretty interesting regarding what's happening in Rwanda. And to topple a dictator that runs with the global elites is it's pretty darn interesting to see what's going to happen. And Rwanda is located in Central Africa. It's neighbors to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And that is a country where children are being used as slave labor to mine the minerals, the rare earth minerals that are being used in the car batteries for electric vehicles. And in our documentary, A Climate Conversation, expert Ron Stein said, I will not drive an EV because of moral reasons. And those moral reasons are because children are mining under slave conditions, mining those particular minerals. And so Rwanda is located just to the east of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And here we go. I've got that. Okay.
Twitter account
is at SOS underscore Rwanda, Reverend RAV Christine Coleman.
Yes.
And people can follow you there on Twitter, and you said that you're pretty active on that.
Yeah, and we are creating a website, but it's not yet ready.
Okay. We've got just a few minutes left, Pastor Christine. What's kind of the final thought that you'd like to leave with our listeners?
I would like to say, please, even though this is about Rwanda, I would like people to support us, because freedom there means freedom here. We really need to unite wherever we are in the world, whether you are in the U.S., Africa, but you believe in democratic and Republican values. We need to unite. So I would love people to come support us. I would like people to invite me so that I can share my testimony, but I can also show the way we are being used to bring down a dictatorship. As I can tell you, we have 85% of a victory, and we believe 2024 we're going to have 100% victory in Rwanda.
Oh boy, this is pretty amazing, Pastor Christine. So keep us in the loop on what's happening on this. This is so courageous, but I know that you're a woman of great faith.
Yes.
And when you have great faith, then it makes it a lot easier to be courageous. So thank you.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate it. And that's Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman, and she will keep us in the loop on, I guess we would say, a constitutional republic. Democratically elected is what you're, maybe it sounds kind of like America. Is that kind of?
Yes.
Okay. Very, very good. And we have these important conversations because of our great sponsors. One of those sponsors is Karen Levine.
There are always opportunities in changing markets, and the metro real estate market is no exception. That is why you need to work with seasoned RE/MAX Alliance realtor Karen Levine when you buy your home, sell your home, consider the opportunities of a new build, or explore investment properties. Rising interest rates are spurring creativity, innovation, and opportunity in the real estate and mortgage markets. Kim Munson highly recommends award-winning RE/MAX realtor Karen Levine. Call Karen Levine today at 303-877-7516 for answers to all your real estate questions. That's 303-877-7516.
Focused and wise marketing is essential for your success, especially during tough economic times. If you love The Kim Munson Show, strive for excellence and understand the importance of engaging in the battle of ideas that is raging in America, then talk with Kim about partnership, sponsorship opportunities. Email Kim at kimmunson.com. Kim focuses on creating relationships with individuals and businesses that are tops in their fields. So they are the trusted experts listeners turn to when looking for products or services. Kim personally endorses each of her sponsors. Again, reach out to Kim at kimmunson.com.
Franktown Firearms training programs have something for every age and skill level in the friendliest gun range in town. With highly skilled men and women instructors, you're sure to find the right instructor for your needs. Franktown's 10-lane, 30-yard shooting range provides the right place to train where you feel confident and ready to learn. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran, Franktown Firearms will meet your needs. Training runs from simple gun safety and care to obtain your concealed carry permit or honing your skills with advanced tactical, moving, and shooting. The Special Forces Green Beret trainer has you covered. And women, you won't want to miss Ladies' Night, the first Friday of each month, where you can bond and train together. Gift certificates for training are available over anything in their fully stocked store. And Franktown is a Faster Colorado certified training site. Just go to klzradio.com/Franktown to get shooting today. Franktown Firearms, where friends are made.
Welcome back to the Kim Munson Show. Be sure and check out our website. That is Kim Munson, MONSON.com. Sign up for our weekly email newsletter, and you can email me at kim@kimmunson.com as well. Thank you to all of you who support us. We're an independent voice, and we search for truth and clarity by looking at these issues through the lens of freedom versus force versus freedom. If something's a good idea, you shouldn't have to force people to do it. Not sure that I actually gave you the quote of the day at the beginning of the show, and I did find the quote for the end of the day, but C.S. Lewis, he said, hardship often prepares an ordinary person for an extraordinary destiny. I think that's probably pretty appropriate with Pastor Christine in studio here with us. So next thing, one of our listeners had said, take a gander at this, and Iran and enriching their uranium. And this happened again over Christmas break. This was reported on December 26th by the Associated Press. Says, and the byline is Vienna. It says Iran has increased the rate at which it is producing near weapons-grade uranium in recent weeks, reversing a previous slowdown that started in the middle of this year, the International Atomic Energy Agency said in a report to member states. Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi said in the report that Iran in recent weeks had increased its production of highly enriched uranium. It says they'd slowed that down to a rate which was enriching uranium to 60% purity. Uranium enriched at 60% purity is just a short technical step away from weapons grade levels of 90%. Oh my gosh, my friends, as we take a look at what's going on in our world with the Biden administration, and this is Democrats that are running it. And this is not the Democrat Party of JFK. The world is less safe. And as we were talking with Pastor Christine Uwazera Coleman about Rwanda and the Congo and wanting access to these minerals that are located in the Congo. And of course, China has been doing their Silk Road initiative into Africa to gain more control there. So we're in a really, really difficult situation here. Let's see. Next thing. Many comments coming in about the UN and their concern about the UN. And the UN has been complicit, I think, in a lot of these very bad things that are happening. And oh, gosh. And you know what? Pastor Christine, I'm going to have you go ahead and put your ears back on, because we've got, when I say ears, I mean her headphones here. This came in from John Galt, and he said, what does Pastor Christine believe Americans should do to prevent what happened in Rwanda from happening here? And would you say a prayer for us?
Yes, I can. Sure.
Okay.
Let me give a warning that I can see the signs before the genocide. I can see some of the signs here. And so the first thing is that you need to pray for your nation, because the prayer of the righteous are very much. The second thing is to remain united. The politicians, with some interest that we might not understand, they always seek to divide people. Your neighbor is not your enemy. The enemy is not because she's a Republican. No. The enemy is darkness, is the devil. And so we need to be really very careful that we don't start to see people like something, calling them names, looking at them like they are less. It's very important to respect everybody and to remember that people are equal, because the way he worked in Rwanda, he started dividing people so that you look at somebody like a criminal while there are no proof. So to remain united. There are many advice I can give to you, but I would say love your country, fight for the truth, because everything that comes to destroy, it will come under the guise, it will come under deception. So it's the duty of everybody to search the truth and to use discernment, only follow the truth. Everything else, it will bring chaos, mayhem, murder.
Okay. Seek truth, seek light, pray. So would you say a quick prayer for our country?
Yes. Father, in the name of Jesus, I lift up this great country, USA. I am here because of this great nation, and there are many people who have come here because the goodness of America. But Lord, we can see the freedom is under attack. We can see that darkness is coming in. But we say not under our watch. So in the name of Jesus Christ, I push away every form of darkness and deceit, and I ask that your will be done over America, and that America will be once again that country that promote freedom, truth, and that remains faithful to you to the very end. I pray that your kingdom come, your will be done in America, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Christine, and I think that John Galt will be very, very happy with that.